Hello, Internet. I apologize for the sniffles that I will be having, no doubt, throughout this, but welcome to Graveyard Keeper. This is a new game that just fully released today, but I believe there has been an alpha available of it for some time to, people who backed it or bought it that way. Basically, this is medieval-ish Stardew Valley, and you are a graveyard keeper rather than a farmer. I played just a little bit of this. I have less than 20 minutes into this just to kind of figure out what's going on, what's happening. You'll see there is this live streaming options on the menu, but the option for Twitch is grayed out, so maybe that's going to be a thing later. Who knows? Maybe you'll be able to play along with me in the future. But I'm just going to go ahead and start a new game for us and go from there. It is an ordinary day, and our hero is hurrying home, where someone very important is waiting for him. Even in everyday routine, there's a place for loving and feeling loved. Especially when you know that someone misses you. Alex, what are you talking about? You said this was medieval. Why is there technology? What happened? Where is everything? Calm down. You've merely turned a page in your life. A whole new chapter awaits you ahead. But I need to go home. Can I go home? There is always a way to get home. Let me see. Your new home is a graveyard. Does that mean I'm dead? It means you're a graveyard keeper now. But I need to go home to my love. Then you need to be a good graveyard keeper. You should dig up Jerry. He'll help you sort everything out. Who? What a strange vision. What is this nightmare? Okay, let's find Jerry. So I've already found that one of the things that I'm gonna forget to do is you have to hit E to actually go through doors. Digging up a grave by hand. Holy sard, I'm a skull! Are you Jerry? Why would you think I'm Jerry? The man with a red eye told me that I need to dig up Jerry. Red eye, I remember. Oh, Sard, that's right, I'm Jerry. How did you find me? The man told me that you'd answer all my questions. Good, good, but first let me ask you, who are you and where the Sard are we? I must be dreaming. None of this can be real. You're the new graveyard keeper. What else do I remember? Let me think. I remember that sound. Let's go check it out. Everything is so strange, none of this makes sense. I definitely remember that bell and a donkey. Something is very wrong, but you know what? I think it'll be better if I wait for you here. I might scare the poor thing. Now I get to go talk to a donkey. Got a fresh corpse from the town. Wow, a talking donkey. You can understand me? Let's talk. Who are you? I'm cheap labor. This cart isn't mine, so I have to work for the capitalist bastard who owns it. And I only earn 5 carrots a day. This situation is deeply humiliating. You know where I'm coming from, right, comrade? The bastard pretends that he doesn't understand anything I'm saying. Anyway, I need to go back to the town. You get rid of this one, and I'll bring you a new one. What a strange land this is. I think I'm about to sneeze. I'll try to mute myself in time. Hey, what are you staring at? Grab that juicy corpse while it's still fresh. What for? I feel like we should take it to the morgue. I don't remember why exactly. Ah, sorry. I'm pretty sure it'll be fun and might be profitable. Oh, I'm going to puke. Let's do it. Allergies. Yep, the donkey's pretty cool. Come on, corpse. Start, I like this place, feels like home. Put the body on the autopsy table. Yes, thank you. Because of the allergies and stuff, I'm not gonna keep up doing the different voices. Then, what's next? Oh yes, slice some flesh from the corpse, that should be good for starters. What? No way. This isn't right. Sure, it's not right. How could I forget? Maybe because I'm a talking skull with amnesia. Is it right that you don't know where you are? Is it right that I'm a skull? Nothing is right here. So shut the shard up and do what I tell you. Promise you'll get me home? You'll tell me how to get home? You just need to trade the meat in the village tavern for a beer. Talking skulls never lie. And then bring the beer to me. First slice, you've unlocked a new technology and got the blueprint for the preparation place, blueprint for the pallet, and extract flesh. Alright. Meat Fiesta. You've unlocked a new technology and learned how to create a burger, a sandwich, and baked meat. And I learned all that from taking meat from a corpse. It's disgusting. You'll get used to it. So what should I do with the corpse? I don't know. Let's bury it. Take the corpse, I'll wait for you in the graveyard. Take the body. Nope. Let's bury it. Use the blueprint desk at the graveyard, mark a site for the grave, then dig it with your shovel. What does the barkeeper need with human flesh? Is he Hannibal Lecter? Maybe. I don't know. We'll see in just a minute. Carefully put the body or what remains of it in the grave. Bury, decorate. Warning, do not use gold skulls and upside down stars for decorations. But those are the best grave decorations. Alright, where do I want to put the grave? I don't think it really matters right now. We'll just put it right there next to Jerry. Also, in our defense, we don't know that this is a human corpse. So I got a burial certificate, nicely done. This burial certificate. I remember. Money. Alcohol. Alcohol. I sure used to like it a lot. Oh, sod, here comes the bishop. He's your boss. Oh, I know. Ask him about this burial certificate. He should know something. Better leave now. I'll be in the morgue waiting for my beer. Dear me, I'm so tired. Why do I have to come here every week? Oh, keeper, there you are. Sorry to have to tell you this, but your graveyard is a mess. There is no way I'm promoting you to cleric until you fix it. Current location name, important location information, graveyard quality, the church appeal, etc. Repair graves to increase the graveyard's overall quality. You'll probably need special resources to do that. Humble marker. I can create wooden markers. As soon as your graveyard quality is at least 5, I'll be pleased to promote you. You look like a spiritual leader, and I'm a good judge of character. Ha-ha! I'm good at everything. That's why I was chosen to represent his will. Ha-ha. Your predecessor used to keep his stuff in a trunk somewhere here. You should check it. I'll come by again next week. In fact, I come here and then each of the days of the week is a different symbol. So the sun. Maybe I'm not dreaming. Did I eat something? Oh, he's waiting. What should I say? Why is it you come here? It's part of my duty. The unpleasant part, it's kind of an old tradition. I don't know much about all the traditions and rituals. Shouldn't you, as the priest? As the bishop? I'm just here to represent his might and glory. Ha ha. I have one tiny question. What is this burial certificate? As soon as the body has been laid to rest, you can trade its burial certificate for money at the village tavern. Okay. I'm not the keeper. I was going home from work. I need to go home. There's a talking skull. He forced me to butcher a corpse. Ha ha, fine joke. I'm a humorist myself. Here's one. Who is BB? Who? I am. Ha ha. What? Oh, blessed and beautiful. I'll laugh at him. About this certificate, can you tell me more about this burial certificate? Is your payment for laying our brethren to rest. It's all part of an ancient contract between the town and the village. As soon as the body has been laid to rest, you can trade its burial certificate for money at the village tavern. God, this seems too complicated to be a dream. Where is the village? Just go east from the graveyard gate along the old stone road. About the town. The town is the heart of a glorious land. The palace, the cathedral, everything is there. You should see it for yourself. But in those clothes, that would be rather funny. Ha ha. How can I get to the town? It's not far from the village. Just head south from the tavern. No more questions, and goodbye. If you run out of repair kits while fixing the graveyard, you can always craft new ones. Technologies. As soon as I read this tooltip, I'm gonna go blow my nose. To craft new items, you'll need to unlock the relevant technology. This costs tech points. Press tab to open the technology tree. Red points represent your handcrafting skills and your ability to work with materials. Green points represent your knowledge about the nature of things and nature itself. Blue points represent your spiritual knowledge of the immaterial world. You earn points simply by doing anything. Also, you can get points by studying new items at a special table. The concept of stone. Stone stockpile blueprint and can gather stones. Small piece of stone from a small rock, huge piece from a big one. The concept of wood. Timber stockpile can chop down a small tree to get one log. Can collect sticks from dry bushes. And this is the technology tree, I suppose. We'll get to that later. For now, I'm going to pause and go blow my nose. I'll be back in just a minute or two. Sorry about that. I'm back, and hopefully with slightly less sniffling and sneezing. Okay, so, what's in the box? Wood repair kit. Take four stone repair kits. Was about to sneeze there. Rusty axe. Rusty pickaxe. Rusty hammer. Sorry, couldn't hit mute in time. Okay. And now to town. See, he's looking at himself in the little hand mirror. As far as I have discovered, there's no run button yet. Let's see, guard over there, but he's just going to tell me I can't go through yet. And I am trying to not waste that much daylight. As you can see in the clock in the upper left corner. Okay, into the tavern. The Dead Horse Tavern. Welcome to the Dead Horse Tavern. I am Horadric. How can I help you? Came from the graveyard. I woke up here today and things have been crazy since then. Oh, sorry. How could I have not recognized you? Good. This is good. Things are looking bright for our small village. When are you planning on opening the church? Need to fix the graveyard first. Sure. It's been a while since anybody took care of it. So let's get down to business, shall we? How can I help you? About this burial certificate. Bishop told me that you would buy my burial certificates. Yes, he's right. As the head of the village, according to the ancient contract, I have to trade it for money. Of course. Only if I have any money. What do you mean? The village is going through hard times. We're short on money. As soon as you open the church, pilgrims will bring lots of shiny coins to the village. So we appear to be in a bit of a catch-22. I'm going to need money to get the stuff to repair the church, but we can't get money until the church is repaired. I wonder how that's going to get resolved. Do you know how I can get back home? Can you tell me where I am, because I really need to get home. My daughter will be so worried. You're at the Dead Horse. Okay, it looks medieval. Maybe I traveled through time. And what year is it now? Year? What do you mean? The time it takes for the Earth to make one revolution around the sun. Oh, you've been listening to the astrologers' nonsense. Everybody knows that the Earth is flat. Did I get you? It's 204 after the ancient contract. And what is the name of our beloved kingdom? The kingdom. And it's definitely not beloved here in the village. Do you have any other questions? I'd like to trade you some fresh meat. Meat is a delicacy in our village. I'd be glad to buy it. I just need to see the royal meat stamp on it. Many years ago, there was an accident with an inappropriate meat. Ever since, all meat must be approved by royal authority. And I don't need any trouble with the town. Does your meat have a stamp? Actually, no. I don't even want to know where you can get unauthorized meat, but wow, it really looks good. But without a stamp, my hands are tied. Where can I get this stamp? Oh, you can send a form to the royal court in the mailbox near your church. It'll cost you a bundle. But there's another way. I'll tell you just because we're neighbors. Come closer. There's this guy called Snake. I think he has a fake royal stamp. But to be honest, I haven't seen him for a while. You can ask Miss Charm. She comes here every Woman's Day? Venus Day? I bet she can help you to find Snake. Thanks. If I try to trade, what happens? Oh, Keeper, could you kindly take this letter to our local blacksmith, Cresvold? Sure, where can I find him? Southeastern corner of the village. Okay, I got the letter, and stuff that I could trade, but no money yet. Alright, who are you? This is Miss Chain. You must be the new graveyard keeper. So I've been told, but how did you know? Oh, if you live as long as I have, you'll probably learn how to read people too. But where's my manners? I'm Mrs. Chain, Horadric's wife. I feel like there's a ball and chain joke in there somewhere. Nice to meet you. Oh, you better talk with my husband. He is in charge around here. He's not the only tavern keeper, but also he's not only the tavern keeper, but also the elected head of the village. Besides, he really does like to talk. All I can do is to sell you some recipes. You're about to talk with my husband. He's in charge here. Okay, recipes, but I'm poor. Poor AF. Wagner, can I talk to you? I'm not in a good mood. Go away. Okay, fine. I should probably continue along with the quest stuff for now. And yes, it is totally still fresh meat. See? Well, it says flesh. But it doesn't say rotten yet, so it might as well be fresh. There, what are you staring at? Where do I have to click? Nothing, just looking around. I think I'm the keeper of the local graveyard. May I ask who you are? Unfortunately, I'm the local blacksmith. My name is Cresvold. Give him the letter. I have a letter for you from Heradric. Letter. Of course, 1 minute away and he can't be bothered to come himself. Guess old habits never die. Thank you, sorry for my nagging. It seems it's my new habit. Slimes again. Heradric has asked me to get rid of them. I don't have the time for those pesky little green bastards, but maybe you can help. Take this rusty sword and an energy potion. The sword is broken, but you can repair it with a whetstone on the grinder right behind me. You can keep the whetstone, maybe you'll need it to repair your shovel sometime. If you manage to kill them, bring me your remains and I'll spare you some materials. They should be right up the other side of my house near the puddles. Different actions in the game spend your energy. Crafting, gathering, fighting, and fighting take energy. Fighting has been known to take health as well. As fates to attack. You can always refill your health and energy with food and potions. Inventory sleeping will also restore your health and energy. Okay, so because I gave him the letter, it appears I got some friendship points with him or something. And that will now let me ask him where to find metal ore. You know what, I like to work with metal myself. Where can I find some ore? You can find metal ore in swamp soil. There's a huge swamp to the west across the river. I used to collect ore there before the bridge collapsed. Iron, blueprint for the furnace. Iron ingot, raw piece of iron, forged in the shape of an ingot, and gathering swamp iron. Okay, so let me fix the sword. Come at me, bro! So swinging, whether or not I hit, still uses up the energy. Defeated the slimes. Good job. Take this whetstone, just sharpen your broken tools, and they'll be as good as new. You've unlocked a new technology and got red jelly and green jelly. And we'll just go for now, because it's nighttime. Okay, that's going to be a little annoying if my health bar just stays above my head whenever it's not at full. And so from what I can tell so far, there isn't a mechanic like in Stardew Valley where once it hits a certain time at night, you just go to bed and, you know, you pass out, even if you're out in the middle of nowhere. So I think it is more about energy, but you'll also see the day has changed. Psst, come here. Where you been? I was at the village. This place is so weird, but it feels so real. Everybody's okay with me just appearing out of nowhere. Bye, Bishop. Sorry, you're stealing my thoughts. Stealing. I remember there's a cellar in your cottage. Some provisions must be stored in there. So I can now gather mushrooms, berries, and apples just out in the wild. Wheat. Exactly, I remember baking bread out of it. Pies and sweet berry pies. And now I can do stuff with bread and dough. Toast, onion toast. Oh, that's good with beer. Sorry, you know what I need? I need a beer. This is beginning to feel like a one-sided relationship. Bring me beer and I'll tell you a lot of important stuff, like how you can get home. Questions? About the village, yes. Can you tell? It was rhetorical. Do I look like a magic head with answers? Well, technically, yes. Sorry, you smartass. I'll be waiting for that beer at my place. No beer, no answers. Okay, well. Let's go to bed, because it's late. Or I suppose first I should check the cellar. What's that sound? Damn, gate. Come here every night if I have to, but I'll get through eventually. Looks like I can remove this blockage and fortify the arch. But it's going to take a lot more than I have. Okay, so there's a recipe in here, which I can take, but I don't necessarily know how to do anything with it. Use? Okay, there we go. Baked mushrooms, baked apples. And now, if I open up these sacks, I get a bunch of flour. Okay, let's go to bed. Okay, and it does auto-wake you once you are full on energy, and oh look, a ghost. So fresh, this is not good at all. Who do you think you are? I'm the new graveyard keeper. Hooray, a kipper. Oh, I've been here for, how long? I'm Yorick. I'm so lonely. Poor me. It's too bad you're here. Wait, no, on the contrary, I'm very glad to see you. But we do have a rather unpleasant fellow buried here. We'd really like to have a new neighbor instead. That sounds like something you can help us with. I'm not exactly sure why I'm here, actually. Jerry only told me about burying bodies. You're Yorick and he's Jerry. Funny. Ah, the half-dead skull, that jealous bastard, haha. He can only dream of what a peaceful rest we're having. Who am I kidding? It's terrible here. Especially that guy down in the lower right corner grave. He's so mean. Could you just get rid of him? Just dig him up and throw him in the river. Can even give you this license that I stole back when I was alive. What license? Exhumation permission. For such a dummy to dig up a corpse, you need a license. The old keeper used to buy them through the mailbox near the church. Okay, so, looking at these NPCs, that's not actually a task that Yorick has given me, but I figure we'll go do it anyway. So, lower right grave. Exhume! To exhume a body, you need to have permission, which it looks like this will use it up. Should you want to exhume the body? Yeah. Alright, so before we toss him in the river, let's take him to the morgue, do an autopsy, get some meat off of him, so that once we get that stamp, we'll have the extra bit. Nope. Come on. Bloop. What do you think you're doing here? The ghost asked me to get rid of this body. So what, now you're just going to do everything he asks? It's not like he can do anything to you. Haha, he's disembodied. Whereas I can bite you to death while you're sleeping. Of course, I'd never do anything like that because we're friends. But you get my point, right? Anyway, if you ask me, the best way to get rid of a body is to burn it. Do you know where that river leads? To the river, somewhere down to the town, I think? And how can I burn a body? You know what? You're one of those guys who looks a lot smarter than they actually are. Thanks. That's what I'm talking about. You need fire and some wood. It's a bit tricky to make the whole thing burn to ash. Well, where can I burn it? You need a nice quiet place. Like the place I use for my meditation. Across the road from the mortuary entrance near the cliff. Which... Okay, so if we... Let's see. So if they mean the morgue for the mortuary entrance. Okay, so the crematorium, but I don't know how to build it yet. But alright, so that more or less seems to be the extent of what it's going to give me for a tutorial. Because all I know at this point is I need to fix up the graveyard so I can open the church. Well, service box will start working once the church opens again. The door is locked. Okay, so I need to work on fixing up the graveyard, I guess is my first priority. I'm hesitant to use these resources yet. Tools doing, technology. Okay, pretty soon I should be able to do sign. Okay, so now I can learn sign, which will get me closer to be able to do woodworking. Okay, so there are a whole bunch of different things. I should probably get ready for these so that I can, when I'm doing autopsies, get ready for stuff. Or get ready for that. Oh, there's just too many things and it's giving me very little guidance. Okay, it also looks like my guy's about to pass out, and it just changed to another day. Oh, one thing short. Okay. We'll go home and sleep. So refreshed. It's Yorick again, but it's much nicer without him at the graveyard. Still so sad though, so lonely. It was bad when I was alive. I should have been a better person. What do you mean? We're dead, but we still deserve some respect. Oh fine, I'll tell you. Each corpse is a soul's vessel. It bears the mark of its life. Sins are red skulls and good deeds are white skulls. Even the best decorations can't make a graveyard a peaceful place when it's full of rah 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 rah. I'm not sure that I understand what you're talking about. I'm sure you don't. Haha, you better take good care of the graveyard. I'll be watching you. I Can't do anything. I'm so sad. Boo. All human remains have their own unique spiritual attributes. A corpse gets its good and bad from its body parts. You can change a corpse's good and bad by removing organs and embalming. The main way to increase your graveyard's reputation is to decorate graves with objects that have more reputation. Each line that has both the good skull and the leaves counts as one. Lines that have red skulls never count, but you need to fill them with good stuff to reach the good lines. Okay. I kinda get it. Okay, I would need water to do any of that. I can make raw sliced meat. But I want to hold off on that until I can sell it, I think. Yes, I could be gathering mushrooms and stuff, but I still think I'm supposed to be focusing on fixing up the graveyard right now. Okay, I don't know if I need to mess with those because I'm not seeing anything about the quality of them there. Okay, well I can't make those right now, but I can repair. Yep, let's go to the donkey. Which I guess I missed yesterday's body. Interesting. Okay, so by taking the flesh, I reduced one of the good skulls. Okay, so now that's 0. Yeah, I'm not sure how I'm supposed to be able to get on top of this. Because, yeah, now I'm out of the repair stuff. I mean, I guess I could just chop stuff down. Need a technology to chop it. But I can dig up the brambles. Okay, that gave me lots of nature, but no crafting. Alright, well, gonna go home and sleep. place for stones, place for wood logs. Building. Use a blueprint desk to access the building interface and start building and removing an object in the area. Some of the objects will be immediately built. Some will need a little extra work from your hammer. It will take energy. Okay. I can probably make a sawhorse. That seems like a useful thing. But first, let's clear this out. And I figure putting it right next to where the wood logs will go is useful. And of course I need to hammer it. Gonna use up my energy, then go sleep. And I need logs and nails and oh boy. Okay, no York today. Alright, another donkey. Let's not autopsy this one and see... Well, actually I suppose I should look at it. I don't have to extract the flesh. Okay, so yeah, just burying the full body will help with quality. My rusty shovel is broken. Unfortunately, there's a grindstone at my house. I don't know what to do if the whetstone runs out. So this fog is a bit excessive. Okay, I need 20 red to get to that. Guess maybe I should chop down some trees or something? Get some wood. Don't know what a wood billet is good for. But let's finish clearing out my craftable space here. Okay, is this a farm? What is this? The garden, property and forfeiture for commercial use, contact tavern owner Horadric. Okay. What do we have here? Garden, which I can't do anything with yet. Okay. Okay, I have the bucket of clear water. How do I use it? Ah, okay. Gonna make a bunch of dough, I suppose. Okay, and that's just gonna go. What can I do down here? Make a trunk. Simple iron parts. But chunking these up gives me red. And that looks like I'm about to... Yep. Oh, do I have... Not quite. But I do have my energy potions. I figured probably better to just have tissues right in front of me rather than having to take a mini break every time I need to blow my nose. Alright, let's go ahead and sleep. Why are allergies a thing? Okay, let me go to town, see who's still up and about at night. Also, what is this? Corpse hatch. Let's see. I could be picking up like these mushrooms and stuff maybe, but I don't want to use up inventory space for that. Okay, there's a grave here. That's probably going to be important later. Sorry. Who are you? No one. It's good to know you know how to use the sword. Cresvold told me about how you helped him. Here, have a beer, it's on the house. Okay, so I could have come back to him for that, which I probably should have known. Ask about the garden. Found an abandoned garden near the graveyard. Can you tell me anything about it? Well, the garden was seized by the merchant to cover someone's debts. Can't find anybody who will make any use of it. I can give you permission to use the garden. Who else would agree to grow crops near the graveyard? A empty garden bed. Keep listening. Sounds great. Good, but you still need to talk to the merchant. It's his property. It's not exactly proper to give you permission without his approval, but it will be fine if you just promise to settle the details with him later. Sure, I'll talk to him. Comes to trade with the locals every Quake Day. That's what that symbol looks like to me. He owns the barn just south of the tavern. Okay, so I could sell bread and stuff. Oh, he does have some money now. I thought he wasn't gonna have any money for some reason. Hey, a bard. Store's closed until I have 30 friendship with Heradric. Who are you? Captain. Our bad luck, not today. How dare they not let me just wander into random people's houses? Looks like you're a potter? Okay. I'm just looking at my stuff. Okay, known NPCs. I should take the beer back to him. I also definitely missed the day to talk to Snake. Or to find Snake or whatever. Lots of stuff to keep track of. Let's go give the skull his beer. Where's my beer? Give him a beer. Oh, what a disappointment. I think I need something stronger. Alright, you seem like a decent guy, so here's some advice. Stop running around bragging that you're from another world. I don't remember too clearly, but it was for doing something similar that I lost my body. So if you want to keep yours, just stop. He's right. I should be more careful. So what was your question? I have some questions. How can I get home? Easy, I'm sure you could use the portal on Witch Hill. So I just need to go through it, or what? Do I need to turn it on first? Obviously I don't have a brain inside here, so I'm not sure where this knowledge is coming from. I've told you everything I can remember. Maybe some books from the library could help you. Now the church has a library in its cellar. Maybe the young astrologer knows. He's a smart boy. Okay. Who's the astrologer? He's so smart and very cheerful, though I don't know him personally, I think. But his wine was the best, and he was a big friend of the lighthouse keeper. He used to hang out at the lighthouse every moon day. Where is the lighthouse? Somewhere near, let's see, started, I don't remember. All these questions are so frustrating, you're not a very good friend, you know. And how can I get to the library? Obviously through the church. I think your wine cellar might be connected to the church. Cellar. Oh, even the morgue is connected. There's a network of tunnels down here. Net. I used to like fishing. I remember fishing. Once I caught a fish this start, I've got no hands to show how big it was, but believe me, it was huge. I hate fishtails. And once... You know what? I need to go. Sure. It's nice to have legs. Don't forget to bring me some wine. Okay, I need wooden beam and wood wedge, so I need chopping saw spot and circular saws. Alright, I need flitch, so that I can probably make. I can make 2 and fix that, and that will be some kind of progress. Okay. Nails at the cooking table. Wooden anvil, anvil, or anvil 2. Okay. And complex iron parts is going to need the anvil anyway. Still can't do anything there yet. What else can I make? Nothing really. Who was... It was the... Okay. Except I'm not gonna make it to wherever the lighthouse keeper is by the time. So, switching back to the Sunday. I guess we'll just kind of go and explore, maybe? I'm not entirely sure why I'm harvesting iron ore, since I don't think I can do anything with it. Okay, but technologies, smithing. Okay. This I actually can make and do stuff with to create nails. Okay. Okay. 2 wood belays. I can get more simple iron parts from the thing underneath from my cellar. Okay, some nails. Need one more. Okay. But now I need the iron ingot, which I need a furnace in order to make. Which, how do I get... Okay, I already have the blueprint for a furnace. Can I do that here? Where do I make the furnace? Well, let's sleep. I don't suppose I do the furnace down here? Nope. Okay. bunch of stone and simple iron parts. But I can't make simple iron parts until I have a furnace. Okay, let me finish chopping up the barrels and stuff down here and hope that it gives me enough simple iron parts. Okay, so there's... I believe that's Snake, but I can't get to him for a while. Somehow I don't think I have enough simple iron parts for the furnace. Yeah, I have one. And how do I get more? Let's, rather than sleeping, let's use one of the energy potions. How come the smaller ones give me more pieces of stone? One more. Okay, let's eat some bread. Now I want to go to town, see if I can find the lady who shows up on this day. Okay, I have 20 pieces of stone now. I just need the simple iron parts, which hopefully I can buy. I also assume there's some way for me to buy, or not buy, get all that wheat, or some of it. Oh, hello, donkey. Not now. Walla boo dabba didda boo doo bop. You wanna be loved by me. Shaluba dooba wah wah. I'm such a good singer, you guys. Hi. What do you want? I'm a graveyard keeper and I want to ask you some questions. So you know how many times a day I hear that same mumbling? I have no time for you, little man. Come back when you have more faith in yourself. Demonstrate that you are worth talking to, but... Ciao. Hey, old friend. Can I have a moment? I guess? What did Miss Charm tell you? Literally to go away? Oh, always so classy. She would never talk to just anyone. I'm not just anyone, I'm the local graveyard keeper. soon to be prior of the local church. How primitive. I'm a well-known poet in certain circles. My name is Wagner. One day I'll read my poem to her, and then will. But first I need to write it, and I'm catastrophically out of paper and ink. Maybe you can get me some? Where do I find them? They have some in your church, or you can make it. Just not used to manual labor, but a skillful man such as you can surely do it easily. So you can get some from the old astrologer who used to go to the lighthouse every moon day. He was my supplier before we had this ridiculous fight. He's old and mad, or as I've been studying for almost 3 years at the town university. I believe he turned out to be an idiot. He told me that the earth is round. What nonsense. Yep, it's flat as a pan. The astrologer must be the smartest man around. Maybe he'll be able to help me get back home. What about the lighthouse? It's on a cliff to the east of the village. It hasn't seen active use for a while. Bless the dead horse for staying open. One day I'll write a poem about this place, maybe even a couple lines about you. Okay, so donkey friend dropped off body, but let me visit the blacksmith, see if I can't get the simple iron parts and make myself a furnace. Oh, how many did I need? And there isn't a way for me to check here, so I'm probably going to end up being a couple short. I feel like I needed 4. All I'm doing is holding left, and yet I'm kind of going down a bit. What's that about? Okay, let's actually talk to you. By the order of the Great Inquisitor, this path is closed until Monday. Witch Hill. So that's where the portal's gonna be, up there. Okay. Let's autopsy. Take body, bury it. Though actually, do I want to bury it? Because right now, all it's going to do is give me a -1. Bye-bye. Clearing this out so I can make a furnace. Yep, I needed 2 more. Great, great, great. Well, let's sleep to get energy back. And I think I will take a brief break to get more water and all that good stuff. Okay, so we are going to take a short break here. I'll put up the break screen. Be back in just a couple of minutes. Don't go anywhere. Hello again, we are back. So, let's head to town, get the last 2 simple iron parts from the blacksmith. I'm wondering how often trees regrow, or if I'm going to be faced with a deforestation issue. And also, how stones come back and such. Oh, excellent merchant. Greeting, villager. Well, I guess he's drunk. Any spare silver? I can offer you amazing things, tasty and rare. I humbly apologize for not buying any of your stuff, unless it's something invaluable. I doubt you can find something like that here. Actually, I'm new here. Everybody thinks I'm the keeper of the local graveyard. Didn't we just have a talk with Jerry about playing along? I'm from another world and I need to go back. I understand you all too well. This world is not mine either. Oh, thank God. Mine is a world of grandeur, the palaces of the town. I'm not so lucky to be highborn, so I have to earn my coins here in this onion potato hell. Let's talk about the garden. Roger gave me permission to use the garden near the church. I need to discuss the terms of use with you. Oh, I totally forgot about that. That way it cost me so little. Of course, that was so many years ago, and due to the inflation, the good soil, why now it's quite a valuable commodity. Let me see, how about 10 gold? That's a lot. Oh, that's too much. Okay, what about 5 gold? Too much? Sure, money. Maybe we can discuss some kind of barter. See, you're a poor man who wants to earn a little money by growing crops. We can discuss the terms of your rent, but first let's see how good a farmer you are. So, you deliver a batch of carrots, cabbages, and beets, and I'll see you as a serious business partner, and we'll make a long-term deal that's profitable for both parties. What do you say? As soon as I have my first harvest, I'll bring it to you. 12 of each, okay? If you have the time, I'd like to ask you for a small favor. How can I help you? I like delicious food, but lately I've been having stomach problems. After a good dinner, I get the hiccups and drive me mad. A friend of mine told me the wine club told me that the hiccup grass can help. If there's plenty of it in the swamp, I'd be very grateful if you could bring me some. Sure, I'll look around. Let's see, where is the swamp again? Was it east of the village? And now I'm poor. Okay, yeah, that looks swampy. Also just remembered what happened. Oh no, I gave him the slime jelly, that's right. What is this? Fresh eggs. I can make omelets and fried eggs. Oh, interesting. I can just leave money and get that stuff. Okay. Let's go back home, build our furnace, and get started on self-sufficiency and all that good stuff. It looks like I would get apples or something. Bees! Okay, so rotating only does one way or the other. Building me a furnace and gonna smelt some ores. Okay, it's gonna take a lot of fuel, so let me chop down some more stuff. Or I suppose first I should see about getting the garden up and running. Now is it this or that? Six, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Now I have no idea if it's like a 1-for-1, or if, you know, how much I will be able to get out of doing here. Well, of course, the merchant didn't give me the seeds to do any of that. Excuse me. This is a different garden. I needed different technology for the dead trees. Okay, so firewood chopping spot. How do chopping spot? That is how do chopping spot. I want to do this so I can get the stone repair kit for fixing up the graveyard. Okay, let's get started on more wood belays. But I need to go to bed now. Okay. Don't think that's enough yet. Nope. Now I can make a chopping spot. And what do I need to do stuff here? should probably just leave it for now. Because technologies, I can do the stone repair kits, but I still need to do wood repair. How do I even make the stone cutter? I need nails, so I need to make firewood. This is gonna cut it close. Okay. Can make 2 of these. Get that going while I go to sleep. Come on. Okay. So yeah, I need to make nails. The Inquisitor, I've just seen the Inquisitor right nearby going up the path to Witch Hill. Sorry, they'll kill me or even worse. Calm down, I'll go distract him. Maybe I'll find something on this hill that will help me get home. To Witch Hill! Everything is ready, Monsignor. Good, were there any problems? No, Monsignor, except there was this strange fellow snooping around. Oh, there he is. Halt! Guys, calm down. I live here at the graveyard. Calls us guys. Why, he's a cultist for certain, Monsignor. I know the bishop. He's a good friend of mine. He appointed me as keeper of the local graveyard. Interesting. But I can believe you're a friend of his, though it's not a terribly impressive feat. Just pay him a compliment and he's your friend. Appointing someone to the graveyard is certainly outside his area of responsibility. I'll have to visit him and remind him again of the limits of his authority. Would you join me at the witch burning ceremony? Sure. So how did you find yourself in such an interesting position? You know I've wanted to be a graveyard keeper ever since I was a kid. I strongly suggest you avoid bothering people with such silly stories. Here I am, the Great Inquisitor. I protect the one true faith in humankind itself. We're having a tough time in the town. The ship of the dead is already overloaded. There's a new one stuck in the shipyard. Your graveyard is opening again at a suspiciously auspicious time. The dark cold is rising. I can feel it. Righteous anger rises within my soul. Hi, Grabo. How's it going? We haven't revealed a witch for a long time, and now we're lighting up the second one this year. And it's only the beginning. Burn the witch! Burn! Light the fire! Burn the witch! Yes, Monsignor. Long live the Great Inquisitor, hurrah! How come these peasants get to come up here, but I got questioned at the gate? So you work with a lot of dead bodies, huh? Yes, I think it's part of my job. You live right beside this hill near the graveyard, that right? Yes. Interesting, interesting. No, I need someone to be my friend here at the village. A friend of mine is a friend of the Holy Inquisition. Villagers, they're different from us town citizens. You can't trust them. But you're new here. You might notice something unusual. I mean, I probably should. It'll be a pleasure to be your friend. Wise choice. Friendship is based on trust and goodwill. To earn my trust and to be a friend of the Inquisition, you will first have to show your goodwill. So I have a couple of minor tasks for you. What kind of tasks? Everything in due time. Today is a day of wrath, not a day of sweating the minor details. We can talk next Monday or any other Monday. I'd like to come here. There is no other place where I can feel my holy wrath so deeply. Not now. Okay. Okay, one of these is glowing, but that appears to be based on the day of the week. Allergies are the worst. Okay. What are these? Well, my shovel is broken. Time to go fix it. There's a lot of stuff up on this hill. Yes, yes, I know the body's still there. Carpenter's workbench. So I need more flitch, and that might be able to do both the stone cuttery and the carpenter's workbench. And I'm gonna need to go to bed before I finish it. Okay, it is the moon day. Maybe I should try and do lighthouse things. Alright. Oh, that looks like I'll have just enough of the logs. Okay, make the simple iron parts. Make the stone cuttery. Oh, come on. Oh. How come this one will actually rotate all the different directions? belay. Interesting. But I guess let's chop down trees so that I can get Flitch and do the, of course. Bum, 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 bum. But what I was saying is chop down the trees, get the Flitch so that I can make the wood repair kits. Although I will need to turn some of these into firewood to make more iron ore. How did I turn stuff into firewood again? In the chopping spot. Out of the belays. Alright, let's go ahead and sleep. Actually, I should probably make some dough. Well, now I need to sleep. Turn the wheat that I have into dough so that I have bread for things. I'm just looking at energy versus food effectiveness. Alright, let me put food stuff in here. I have firewood, and I need more, of course. Right, let me see, how many wood wedges do I need for down here? 10. That's quite a bit. Oh, but you get 10 from just one of these. Okay, and firewood out of the last bit. Two more of those going. Turn this into Flitch. Which I don't know what word that is. Flitch does not seem like a real word. Just to have an extra one. Okay, what's it gonna take to expand the yard? Complex iron. Let me just go dump this body. I guess that's why the donkey isn't making the noise every day. I can also repair the bridge eventually. Or relatively easily. Just repair all the graves. Okay, yep. Let's sleep and let that work. Sure, more fuel from sticks. Make more dough. Of course. Okay. Look at all this bread. Still not done though. Okay. Need to make more nails. Parts. Smithing to get the actual anvil. I need 40 red, which is a lot. So let's make one of these, or a set of these, and run back over, repair what I can, and just see where that puts us. Was it that gave me... Okay, I could do simple gravestones, which would probably help. Can't chop down any of those dead trees. Okay, what is this? This area is closed due to the ancient curse. Please address any concerns to the Inquisitor. Good to know. Pieces of stone. So the wooden cross is 2 wood planks, or is a wood plank and a nail for 2. Compared to just 2 stone for 2. And stone repair kits take the clay, which I don't know how to get yet. Farming and nature. I'm not seeing where clay comes in here. Okay, I should maybe learn how to make better tools soon-ish. Right, now I was gonna go look for stones. Hello, Lindsay. Aside from dying from allergies, it's okay. I mean, the most ghoulish stuff that has happened is harvesting flesh from the bodies that the communist donkey has brought me. Not enough energy, okay. Yep. I'm not doing a ton with the bodies right now because I'm trying to improve the graveyard. So, here's flesh. It's just flesh, you know, no need to worry about where it came from. But yes, there is a donkey who comes by every so often. But the issue is I can't really do a ton with the meat, or I can't sell it yet until I get a royal meat stamp. But those are expensive, and so I'm trying to find the shady snake guy, excuse me, who will be able to get one for me. But in the meantime, what I'm trying to do is just get some iron and some stone to fix up the graveyard so that it will be nice enough for me to open the church, and then pilgrims will come and just give me some money, and then I'll be able to just start doing things. Okay, why isn't the map showing where I am? There's no way I can remove it. Well, not with that attitude. And yep, I've been sniffly ever since I started streaming. I feel like there's something about like, oh hey, you wanna stream and not, you know, be all gross? Too bad. Ah, so that sound is letting me know that the donkey has left me another body. Donkey heads off that direction. So this is what I can be doing. You know, take it down here, autopsy, and you can harvest from the body, but then it makes it so that when you bury it, it'll be yuckier. So I'm not doing, or actually, because I'm not actually going to bury the body, I suppose. Doesn't hurt to get the meat. So yeah, see, now it's down to just the one good skull. But now rather than going into the graveyard, we are going to go all the way over here. Whoosh. What's it take? Okay, nails and flitch. Okay, so I need to chop down a tree, get a log, smelt some iron ore. Yeah, there's no way I have enough firewood. Nope. Okay, and let's see, it's, yeah, the belays make the firewood, so wood belay. Gonna run out of energy. Okay, let's eat a bread. Cook some iron and now go to sleep, so that will go while we sleepin'. Okay. And it's still going. So let me make a stone graveyard so that, or grave head thing. Oh, that's lots of energy. Oh, but lots of red too. So now that's enough that I can make the better tools. Okay. So I'm going to need one more ingot, which I will get from there. Well, except I also need to turn them into simple iron parts. Okay, let's start with the shovel, because that's going to get the most use. And what's going to happen with my old shovel? I also need to figure out how to study things, because that seems to be important. Okay, so it did replace. Okay, let me go place the... Hey, donkey! Okay, let's harvest the flesh from your bones. But I am a little tired, so eat some bread. Take the body. Dump it in the river. Put a graves marker on one of the unmarked graves. Make it a little nicer. Oh. And I'm sure throwing all these bodies in the river is probably going to come back to bite me later. I'm almost at positive graveyard quality. Why are you taking so long? Okay, let me go ahead and sleep. I also should have made the axe the better quality first. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to need would I rather go buy a single iron part? I think that would take all my money. So instead we will just do this the long but cheap way. Clay, yeah. Okay, well, I need to make the simple iron parts. Okay, what technologies can I learn? I could learn glass, but I don't know what good that does me. Probably alchemy stuff. Yeah, I should probably learn this. Especially coal, I think, is going to be much better for the furnace. bricks. Okay. I guess I could go try and sell the rusty ones. I mostly missed muting there. Okay, since I'm already all the way over here, I should probably keep going east and find the lighthouse. Also, can I steal any of your crops so that I can start my own? Crop waste? What? Okay. And of course the cabbages are what's not picked up. So let me go try and sell my bad tools. Okay, so what is crop waste? I guess that would be used in composting. Let's go ahead and do that. Who are you? This guy must be crazy. You think I'm crazy? No, I don't think that. I'm just trying to stay positive. And I know what truly matters. What? Do you think he can understand? No, Dig, he won't because he can't see. Okay, then I'll tell him a sweet lie. The only things that matter are peace and herbs and nice sweet things. Sweet like honey. Give me some honey and I'll teach you how to make a cake. Cake is the best. Alright. 5 honey pots. That might make it a bit difficult to get out to the lighthouse. Sufficient spot like others you can find in the village, river, swamp, and sea. Need a fishing rod, of course. I mean, I can't just shove my hand in. Who are you? I smell something tasty and smoky. A gypsy baron. If you're looking for someone to read your poem, you should go to the town. Everybody there is scrambling to earn enough to buy a scrap of bread. That's a wonderful smell. It's great, isn't it? That's my kebab. It's an old family recipe. Bring me some good fish fillets and I'll teach you. And yeah, the style is a bit of a cross between Age of Empires and Stardew. Okay, where is this lighthouse? Donkey friend leaving us another corpse. Ah, lighthouse. Here we go. Hey, astrologer. Hi. Are you the astrologer? Used to be. Now I'm more of a lost soul in this dead-end world. I'm the new graveyard keeper, and seems I need your help. Everyone needs something except me. Knowledge brings only sadness, young man. You seem pretty happy. Trivial needs are meaningless to me. So there's no way you can help me? Let me see, you're looking after the graveyard? Yes. Quiet. Bring me a skull. It's pretty illegal, but who cares about that stupid Inquisitor's law? Okay. Bring a skull from a dead body. Talking one here, he's kind of my friend. I don't think it would be a permit. No, I just need a simple skull from any old dead body. So, I'm going to need to technology, learn how to extract the skull. And what about you, the lighthouse keeper? Holy mackerel, boy. You look like someone who desires to be a part of the magic world of fishing. I don't know much about fishing. Look, you and I know a whole lot about fishing. It's so relaxing, it can be profitable. Plus, fish are really tasty. Sounds great. I'm in. Sorry. Smart choice, boy. Provide you with everything you need and teach you how to cook fish. All I need is a rod. Do you have one you can give me? That I do, my boy. I have an old one. I'm not just handing it over as a gift. I'll ask you to bring me some moths. They're good as bait, but you can only catch them at night, and I can hardly make out anything when it's dark. Learn how to cook a fish. Can you show me how to do it? You can always just grill it. But personally, I like to slice it and fry the slices in oil, and just pop fish sticks in your mouth. Fish dishes, baked fish, fish soup, fish nuggets? You know what else? When you eat fish, you start to think like a fish. All good fishermen always eat a lot of fish. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to take another brief break here. Be back in just a couple of minutes. Don't go anywhere. And we're back. Okay, so is that just an apple on the ground? No. I guess I can't mine it because it's owned or something. It's gonna take me most of the night just to get back home. I should fix the archway in my basement soon. Okay, now that I have cabbage seeds, I need more, of course. Okay, what does it take to fix the archway down here? I need another iron part. Okay, it's saying a red pickaxe. And of course I sold the pickaxe rather than the shovel. Oh, time to make the pickaxe then. So I need the simple iron parts, a wooden plank. Of course. Right. Okay. Let's make one of these. And my inventory is full, of course. cabbages in here. Hello, Bishop. Can I... Yes. Okay. Let's take the flesh, because I still know what to do with that. The skin and the bones will leave. Yeah, this is now a very yucky body, so we'll just dump it. Okay, what am I trying to do? No, I don't want the mushrooms. Okay, I guess we'll take the mushroom, even though the symbol was on the axe for the tree. Place for stones. Oh, I guess that kind of stone. Sorry. Okay, let me go to town and sell the shovel before I forget. How do I get him to tier 2? Anything exciting happening in here? We have stuck-up bard lady. Let me talk to the tavern keeper just to be safe. Okay, trading. But no, not really. Let me steal more cabbages. Except my inventory is quite full, so that's not something I should do right now. just looking at the time. Probably going to call it very shortly, just given how long we've been going, and that clearly, with my allergies and stuff, I'm operating at less than peak performance.
Okay.
Ah, okay, that's what that's saying. Interesting. Let me just go ahead and put a skull in the foot of my bed. Let me get this going into firewood. Okay. Excellent. Okay. So we've got a bunch of iron cooking. Okay. I mostly know what I'm trying to do, but as I said, I'm just too out of it for this to be productive use of anyone's time right now, so I believe I'm going to go ahead and call the stream there. Let me sleep to make sure it saves. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh yeah, I should talk to the Inquisitor about what's next to the church, but hopefully I will remember that for next time. So, that was some Graveyard Keeper. Probably be doing more of that in the future. And to make sure you know when that happens, follow us here on Twitch, follow us on Twitter, come join our Discord, it's free and open. And yeah, that's going to be it for today. Good games and good night, Internet.